calling you a radical. Oh, wait till you read this. Now, I reported this first because the Japanese media reported it. That TEPCO's using the words meltdowns now. Meltdowns. And they finally got a so-called robot visual on number one. And what did they get a visual of? Nothing but rebar. The concrete 440-ton platform is completely gone. Delma Argentina syndrome. Now, this is a criminal. And when is the United States populace going to hold these people accountable? AP poses danger. Then the Independent regurgitates it word for word. Who writes these pieces? So, TEPCO, for the first time, 4,404 days using the word meltdowns, verifying Kevin Blanch's historic work. Read these articles and you tell me they're not criminal. This is criminal, AP. Oh, visuals show could cause safety concern. Still waiting for the mate. Could cause safety concern. Oh, full-blown out meltdown. TEPCO admits to. Push into the ocean. 60 Minutes says a piece on it on day 3000. Says it's the worst disaster in human history. And you're still calling it crippled. Could be safe if another earthquake. What are you talking about? It's all gone at Fukushima. This is the greatest thing. And then you're going to chalk up everything there was post a coincidence. And then their answer is to kettle Kevin Blanch. Class, I've told nothing but the truth. Done all the incredible field work while I'm in critical condition. What a story. What a story. You know, the San Onofre dam. Speaking of San Diego, boy, they did the same old thing they always do in San Diego. They go psycho and crazy and party like it's 1999 and get blown off the floor. That was the worst NCAA championship game in history. How those two teams made it to the final. Even Bill Rafferty's like, yeah. That game was pathetic. Everybody's partying. Same old thing, 84. The Padres. Yeah, same old thing. Go Chargers! Oh, please. Remember when they went crazy and got lucky? Beat Harbaugh and got in. Gibson tipped that ball. They lost by like 100 in the Super Bowl. Same old. San Diego State, the marine biologists there, the criminals. Oregon State, University of Oregon, Cal Berkeley, the criminals. I'm a butcher, what's a cow? I'm a baker, what's a cake? I'm a fisherman, what's a boat? I'm a print media, what's a meltdown? What's the word meltdown at Fukushima, Japan? It's so pathetic, it's unbelievable. You read this and you tell me this is not criminal. Oh, it makes me sick. I can't believe it. And this is criminal what they've done with the Fukushima dynamic. Kevin White's the only person on earth. Nobody called these meltdowns except for me. Day one. Because I knew what they were. I wrote paper after paper after paper on Mach 1, Mach 2s. I knew they couldn't handle a 7.7 or 7.8 on the Richter. This was a 9. It was activists that got that on the live cam. And then you read the dynamic. Oh, they're letting people back in. People aren't going back in. Then you read the dynamic. Oh, they're open to the food. No. Europe, Asia, they're not letting the food back in. Just here is in the American, if you haven't learned, Fukushima diet, who this country is. There's been so much nuclear pork dumped out since the Manhattan Project that's your government. Ask Jeff Bezos. He was born at Los Alamos. The nuclear energy pork cult wagging the United States government dog. These politicians post-2000 are nothing but nuclear puppets. I love how you think somehow Trump and Obama are different. And they're not. You look at they both just same pork, same thing. No difference. So neither party did. You read this article, it'll make you throw up. And I want to talk to people in the Western United States. I'm the guy that freaking named the heat bubble, post-Fukushima. I said it's going to cause a heat bubble. They're going to push all this energy in the Pacific Ocean. It's going to cause a heat dome over the Western United States. It's going to wipe out the tide pools. Did it? Yup. They went a minute. Wasting disease. What caused wasting disease? Why are we getting this? This is psycho. We had full blown out whiteout last night here in Ogden, Utah. Every day. It's 25, 30 degrees below normal. And what happened? The heat bubble shifted. And that's unarguable. The heat bubble shifted all the way up north in that jet stream. What Fugo mean not, what it's doing. You read this. Here's the fact of the matter. And this is what TEPCO said. TEPCO themselves said, we really don't even have a clue. The camera shows that the giant concrete platform that melted down nuclear fuel completely melted. A 440-ton unit, which is the assembly for the core and whatever, is gone. And the platform that holds it up, which is bigger than your house. It's bigger than your downtown building. The cores are so hot, it melded all that concrete. They could see some rebar. The rebar's even melting. I'm melting, I'm melting, I'm melting. There you go, throw a bucket of water on it. Save it. Talk about the Wizard of Oz behind the... I pulled back the curtain when I was a little boy, and I saw who's pulling the levers. And you just let the nuclear energy crime syndicate off, you know, the steelhead of collapse. Let's go fishing. The Chinook of collapse. Everything Kevin Blanch said in an acute, radical fashion. And I said, what did I say the day one that this happened? These are meltdowns. They'll circle the wagons, and the media will control the narrative, and they'll cover it up. They'll cover it up here in the United. Did I? I said that day one. And every day for 4,400 and what are we, 8 today? And so in Germany, let's get this done. It's so cold outside. In Germany, oh, God, they'll all freeze to death. Putin, the war. Oh, we got to turn back on the nuclear reactors. Germany had 20 nuclear reactors when Fukushima happened. Like the media will say 17, 20. Including one under construction that was one of the most expensive nuclear reactors in the history of the world. Except for here at Savannah River, the Moxville fairy tale that never worked. They're still building billions and billions and billions. Watts Barr, who the head of the NRC, got caught taking bribes, got convicted felon. Did he go to prison? No, he's like Elizabeth Holmes. Elizabeth Holmes steals $1 billion. She's living in her match. Oh, well, she's got 2 babies post. You don't think that alibi has been tried? Oh, my God. Go ask some women in prison for... some marijuana or stealing a pack of cigarettes. Ask them if their baby, their new child, kept them out of prison. Look up her father, Christian Holmes. Oh, Enron, the other energy scam. So Germany is done. 20 reactors. They took 70. Angela Merkel was a nuclear physicist. Remember, she says we're done. Oh, okay. So we extended. They were supposed to be shut off the last 3 January 1st. We extended them to April 5th. They're shutting them down. They came out. We're done. Out of nowhere, Belgium's announcing it now. So you got 54 reactors offline in Japan. Oh, we're going to restart them up. No, they're not. That's American propaganda for you. You know, the uranium industry puts that propaganda out and lies to you. It's like Kramer. Buy G at 64, at 54, at 34, at 24. Back up the truck at 14. You know, he's a paid propagandist to steal your money. These are criminals. This is a Ponzi scheme, Jack Welch G. The nuclear industry is the greatest Ponzi scheme in human history, funded by you, the taxpayer. Price-Anderson, the Immunity Act, they don't have to pay it back. NuScale's going to save us small nuclear. There are no small nuclear reactors. The propaganda machine, they came right out. The NEI, the DOE, the propaganda says we're going to freaking ante up, for the propaganda with your own taxpayer money. And that's what they've done. That's what this is. Who do you think wrote this? So... on the 11th day of nuclearism in Germany, they gave to me a stay in the bone marrow transplant. On the 12th day of nuclearism in Germany, they gave me a green washing machine. On the 11th day of nuclearism in Germany, they gave to me a stay in the bone marrow transplant center. I'm an AML leukemia survivor. Don't underestimate us. And by the way, Paul from Akron, Ohio, who's one of our post-ignorance army, whose comments are all over our videos everywhere. I love that guy. He was the greatest. Fighting AML leukemia, has died. Only the good die. I mean, you don't lose your fight when you fight this cancer beast like this. It's like I'm a 1% survivor. I'm in the 1% survival study. There's a young guy here, another one who's had bone scrapes. He's had everything. He's been fighting these radical, deadly cancer. He's a 1%er since he was a kid. Oh, he's something else. He's wound up, boy. That boy. He ain't a boy. He's well into his 40s now. At the 1%, anytime there's an event, whatever, they interview us, whatever, he's always there. He was until COVID. He said, whoa, there's another one. You can't talk about where you think that comes from. Oh, no, nuclear meltdowns. Einstein was wrong. Doesn't cause meltdowns. No, it does. Kevin, there's only 3 of us in that group here of the ML de Nouveau. There's getting more now. There's a young woman, beautiful young woman, that I met who's the pattern of treatment after what they did on me, and she's doing well. So the survival rate's getting so much better. And I want people to understand there's so many people that watch these videos. They're fighting for their lives. Thus the intensity that Google won't, they don't want you fighting back. You know, we used to have billboards on I-15 here. The bone marrow transplant. Sometimes it's okay to fight back. And they had one with their fists up, and people complained about it. I seen it, oh man. That's not the way to fight cancer. I'm here to tell you. You got to fight back. Put up your dukes. Give me your best shot. That's it. Don't come around here no more. You're going to catch ice inside your soul. It has to be intense. The fire has to match the fire when it comes to cancer. He says, Kevin, don't you get it? Oh, I get it. In fact, I got it. I don't eat, sleep, drink the anti-nuclear movement. I sleep with it my whole life. I watched my father die being nuked in the Nevada test. Annika, my mate, from Ukraine. I held her hand as she died at 38 years old. I met her in the Nevada test site. Megan Rice's mother introduced us. Yeah, Madeline. She was the greatest. She wasn't half nuclear. But since they're half nukers, don't you get it, Kevin? Oh, I get it. I got it. This is hell. We're in hell. They're not letting guys like you and I out. The people that die, they're to a better place. Not you and me. Never free, never me. Open heart surgery twice now, with my perfect heart. My doctor says, Kevin Blanch's famous heart. I come from a family of heart doctors. I knew. I was born with a heart defect, I was mutated. Why? My father was marched into the Nevada test site, drafted Marine, and put it American Ground Zero on the first blast, which is called Air Blast 1. These pictures that I show were classified. My uncle, who was the big brass at the Pentagon, gave them to me. I said, well, they're classified. He says, I don't care. Tell them to come after me. Claude Blanche gave them to me. Got them in the Pentagon. I'm like, what the fuck? He says, look. He says, there's pictures of prisoners in cages out there, naked. They nuked him. This is a guy who never had a cavity, never had a cold. My mom used to say, he looked just like Elvis with muscles. My grandma used to call him her beautiful child. That dude was a beast. He was unbelievable. Speaking of basketball, the famous coach, he was incredible. Out of nowhere, acute belastic leukemia mowed him down. He came home and made kids. I have a twin sister. We were mutants from birth. My mutated heart valve. My uncle, who's the famous, one of the most famous heart surgeons in the history of this country. He was mean to me. He's like, no, you gut it up. You toughen up. You fight through this and you gut it up. Well, the surgery will get easier as we go on in time. You kick that can. I kicked it too long to where I got kicked off Medicaid by Mike Lee. And Michael Hawkins at Ogden Region Medical Center told me I'm bleeding profusely out of my face. It built up and it burst through my mouth and face. Luckily, I don't know how I didn't die. No, I ran the test. What a derelict. I collapsed in my yard on Easter. By the way, what day was Jesus really born? Mormon here, the Mormons say April 6th. A lot of other people say April 5th. Some people say April 4th. The Orthodox in Russia say January 7th. We go on and on and on. But, a lot of historians believe he was born 4 BC, 3 BC. The activists went into the temple and kicked over the tables on usury. You on the hill in Utah for years, bring in nuclear waste. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. You read this article and tell me if it doesn't piss you off. So my valve, they replaced it, sawed me open. I kept telling them for over a year, I don't feel like it's working. I could feel it pinching in there. I have numbness in my fingers. I'm dropping weight. This is classic signs of the heart. Oh, no. Collado at McQuack-D. No, this is my cardiologist. They schedule. They build me. Christmas Eve, boom, it ruptured. Again, I gutted through it. Told me it was neuropathy. Happened again on New Year's Day. Better now as you make me wait. My body bruised, my hands are tied. Huh. You're not ready for the fall. Too blind to see the writing on the wall. Open heart surgery for the second time. Battling AML leukemia for 5 years. My gallbladder ruptured. Freak from the chemo. I lost my teeth. No insurance. No safety net. No nothing. 7th generation. All I do. And I give myself away. And I give. And I give. And I give myself. With or without you. The fight goes on. I fight on. You know, and so you read this article. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. You know, I walked the coast of California proving this. I always thought when it was fear porn, everybody was gung-ho. Alex Jones, Jeff Rance, people putting well, I'm sick with no money, dying of cancer, doing all the dirty tide pool work. They're putting my tide pool videos on their websites and making millions. None of them ever sent me 5 cents. Hundreds and hundreds of people used my videos to make money. I didn't make any. I didn't get any. You know, I have a small group that supports me. Thank you. I mean, without you, you know. So the fuel that, I mean, what tiny, tiny slums. So the Great Pacific Genocide. Read this article. And the Independent research AP, it's disturbing. You're still waiting for the man. Could pose a risk. What? These are full-blown, already happened. And, you know, everything that's happened post the Great Coincidence, you're going to chalk it up. The salmon collapse, the well collapse, the acute radical tide pool collapse. My work's being verified every day. You know, Paul, who's one of my lifelong best friends, born and raised in Atomic City, died of cancer the same time I was fighting it. We were very close. I left his obituary with Allison McFarland when I went at the NRC in that hearing. He spent 2 hours calming me down on the phone as he died. Kevin, I said, what do you want me to do for you? I'll live your life for you. I'll finish your work. You keep doing what you're doing. You fight them. And just remember, my favorite animal, the Idaho steelhead, you fight for their survival. You know, you fight. You go to Idaho National Lab and you fight them, which I have. And, you know, so read this article, and if it doesn't piss you off, then something's the matter with you. This is bullshit. It's criminal how they've reported this. Could pose a risk. What? When TEPCO themselves comes right out, calls them full-blown out meltdowns, freaks thing. And by the way, you in California, you're at the great heat bubble. I'm the guy that named the drought in 2011. Before it even happened, I named it the drought. Look it up. The great the great Western North America heat dome bubble drought of 2011. The present. I'm the guy that announced a few months that it was over because I saw the heat bubble had shifted. The heat bubble has shifted so far north, the jet stream diving right off the ice. It's unheard of. It's unheard of. So these extreme radical. I said it for years. Did I not say it? Play back the tape, Your Honor. Play back the tape. Oh, Mother Nature, she's going to fight back. The mighty blue lady, I stood on her freaking there with all her beasts and her animals, talking to the seals, talking to them all. Save me, Kevin. Save me, Kevin. Save me, Kevin. I'm trying. Try harder. What did the humpback whale, 60,000 pounds, say to the smallest California krill, the California upper purple urchin, the sea anemone? Fukushima killed my food, the sea anemone replied to the 60,000 pound humpback. We too. We from the sea, Kevin D., your mother, as you stand back and let him, not me. I protect her. I fight for her. She fights for me. We from the sea, Kevin D. I fight for her. It's that simple. It's that simple. It's your pseudo-facto sociology. It's your pseudo-facto biology. It's your pseudo-facto biology. No, it's the ecology, stupid. And by the way, the fight is the life. I mean, it's been a hell of a struggle. It's been intense. It's been radical. I can't believe I'm even alive. It's been hardcore. I mean, hardcore fighting these monsters, So, happy Easter. I was born on Easter Sunday. Almost died on an Easter Sunday. Just a few years ago. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, and they are evil. So Kevin reached into the bag, and he slung the stone. And the stone struck the nuclear giant in his forehead. Read the rest of the scripture. Oh, it's biblical on Balco, on chemo. So you read this article and it doesn't piss you off, then there's something the matter with you. How can they do this? You know? How can they write a piece like this and regurgitate it? When TEPCO themselves calls a full blowout, it says the car is in the ocean, just like everything Kevin said, every Kevin watch, and what did I get? Well, I said in March of 2011, all new great knowledge will be persecuted. You know, Einstein was right. Well, look what they did to him. Look what they did to Oppenheimer. Look, people forget. Einstein didn't invent nuclear energy. He sure didn't write that letter. Leo wrote that letter. You know, him and Fermi both, died in La Jolla. Einstein signed it. Said it was the biggest mistake of his life. Hell of a way to boil water. Remember, they banned him from the Manhattan Project. They tarnished him. They ripped him to shreds. The most genius of them all, Albert Einstein. That's what they do. Kevin Blanch, March 12, 2011. Nuclear energy. Hell of a way to boil a planet. Germany. On the 12th day of nuclearism, what did the nuclearism give to Germany? A green washing machine. On the 11th day of nuclearism, what did they give to Germany? A stay in the bone marrow transplant center. 11 more days, and Germany's nuclear energy free. California should be, but TikTok Diablo is supposed to already be shut down. We'll get there. We'll get there. This is a long, tough fight. Oh, we're halfway there. Living on an anti-nuclear energy. Yay, Renaissance! 50-something reactors shut down in Japan. They're not firing up. 20 in Germany, not firing up. 20-something in the United States. Senegal Free, Oyster Creek, Indian Point, Duane Arnold. That won't stop. They're all shut down. Post-Fukushima. I mean, there's so many. 3 Mile Island. I mean, I won't stop there. Yeah, so many have shut down. But yay, we're going to buy into the problem. This article is, well, it's criminal. It's criminal. But that's what this industry does. And the sheep, they believe that there's no accountability, but they'll go after the very pioneers of YouTube. They eat, we're eaten by the very monster we created. Shadow banning. It's like Trump. Oh, we hate shadow banning. We hate shadow banning. Can you believe this shadow banning? After he signs the bill to get rid of net neutrality. Up is down, for the ignorant have inherited the earth. Stay tuned.